So it's a cold day here in Northern Kentucky. Excuse me, I got my hood up, but the fence and shed armor project here in Edgewood, Kentucky is complete. Excuse me, I almost forgot where I was for a second, but look, all this fencing down through here, this was all like the tops of it here, the lattice part of it, and the trimmed out sections around it had a bunch of rotten boards in it. It was falling apart. It had this old dark colored stain on it that was disintegrating in areas. It was ugly, right? And this customer was facing down replacement of all this, and it was a horrid situation. So what'd we do? We came in with a process that we call fence rescue armor, right? What is that? Fence, come in, wash the system up, come in, provide the restoration and the repair needed to make it strong and sound again, and then bring in the world's toughest deck armor system. Deck and fence and backyard structure armor, Kong armor, a thick build elastomer, super tough, high stretch, industrial grade coating system, not a thin residential coating system. Designed specifically for this, designed for lifetime ownership, okay? Coated the system after all that, okay? Check this out, peep this for a minute. Look how beautiful this all turned out. Super high build, super pretty. We came in and we just took this old system and we did the best that we could with it as far as getting it repaired up. Came in, added fasteners. One thing we did is we added a bunch of Simpson strong ties everywhere that we could, and you can kind of see them in there. And this is the backside of the fence system, and that's why we chose to utilize them here to tie those sections together, make them real strong, right, on the backside where nobody ever sees this side very much. The only people that see this are his neighbors, right? So he don't really care. We'll go in the inside and I'll show you. It's a lot prettier on the inside. We didn't add as much ties and as much strengthening and that type of stuff. But all this stuff up in here, all repaired. All new pieces of trim in areas, new pieces of lattice in areas. We saved what we could, and for everything that was bad, we brought in new. One thing worth noting before we go inside, look at the inside part of the fence, is this is an old cedar garage door, right? These are just decorations. They're not actually windows decorations. We pulled this off of here for him too, and so we did this old cedar garage door in Kong too. You're talking about ultra tough, high build, super scratch resistant, abrasion resistant, the toughest coating for wood right now on the planet. It's bad. Splinter lock technology, UV block, all that stuff. High build film, high stretch. It'll be able to put up with this movement really well. Really pretty. Let's go on up. Look at the difference in prettiness. You know, you kind of get the Kong has this opaque, flat appearance, but very gorgeous, very gorgeous, pretty. What it's done to this old fence system. We're not talking about a fence system that's brand new here. Let's remember that, right? This is old weathered wood. This isn't, if this was a brand new fence system, this would look a lot different. It would probably be, you know, a lot prettier, but this is an older fence system that we're restoring and we're keeping this customer from replacing. And the high build, high stretch, ultra tough Kong armor, lifetime deck armor. You can call it fence armor if you want. Doesn't make a difference. We use the word deck here at Kong armor generically, just for decks and backyard structures in general. But look at the advantages, right? Oh my, all the fastener entry points covered over, right? As many as possible on this vertical fence system. It's hard to do. We can guarantee that on flat structures. It's hard for us to guarantee that on vertical structures. But even with that being said, look at what the men did. even without that promise, we still came in here and filled them all in. You might be able to find a couple through here that are left open that we just couldn't get film to stay in. But outside of that, look, the bead and drop technology of Kong, water will hit the Kong film and it'll bead immediately, okay? It'll run down, come down through there. When it hits that fastener, normally that fastener's open. This hole is open, and that water can get to that nail, can get to that screw, cause corrosion, and then we have subsequent rot, right? Now, that can't happen. It beads, it drops down, gravity's wanting to take it off the system. That's how we designed Kong, bead and drop, right? Look, now when it gets to that fastener, it can't get to the fastener. There's no way for it to access the fastener. It's covered over. You're talking superior protection for your wood fence system. Now this is where we really laid Kong on thick, because this is where he hangs out at, right? This is the inside of the casa. So inside here we switched to little Simpson strong ties anywhere that we could. They're here, they're down there, but they're more hidden, right? We didn't come in with these big braces everywhere and stick them everywhere and make it absurdly bad to the eyeballs. We wanted this to be pretty. If he hosted a party or something in here, we wanted it to be pretty without all those ties and stuff everywhere. Excuse me. But where are they? They're on the back side of the fence system, keeping everything strong, right? Keeping everything tight, protecting against that wind, protecting against all that stuff, so that stuff doesn't come loose over the years on him. And I've incorporated probably about 200 braces and just general ties and stuff throughout this system to make it stronger than it ever was. We also came in with several hundred fasteners, screws, nails, staples, all this stuff. What else did we do here? Well, what's the number one thing that he starts to get in danger of at this stage in ownership, right? Is some of these posts rotting, right? So we came in here with the silverback epoxy, our special epoxy filler, and we filled out every single piece of checking in these old cedar posts. So anywhere there was large cracks in those cedar posts, we came in with that silverback epoxy. It cures up 3 times harder than concrete. When it's in there, you can take it, hit it with an ice pick, whatever you want to do, beat it with a hammer, it's not coming out. It's absurdly tough, absurdly hard. Look how beautiful this system turned out. To restore an old fence system like this and then armor encapsulate it in the toughest, most advanced deck coating known to man, right? It saves the customer the equity that he already owns, right? He already owned all this. Why would he want to tear it down and bring some type of vinyl fencing or some type of other type of fencing through here and take an equity line out on his home or drop a significant amount of his life savings on it? Why would he want to do that when he already owns the equity in this stuff? It's just a matter of finding somebody that can actually restore it and then has, excuse my language, a badass coating system that can keep that restoration safe and protected. What else did we do? We gave him a lifetime limited warranty. We gave him a lifetime service promise. So we're going to stay with him now and help him. Annual cleanings, spot touch-ups, any of that type of stuff that he needs. Kong is tough enough, and it can put up with the sun, it can put up with wind-driven rain, sleet, ice, all that stuff up to hurricane speed, wind speeds and beyond. It's tough enough to be maintained as a lifetime coating system. It means he also never goes through this massive restoration and refinishing process again. Just has to clean annually, a spot touch up here and there if needed, especially on fences. We hardly ever have any problems out of fences, right? So amazing, amazing how this has turned out. I mean, it's just great, very beautiful. The sun's not super bright today, so we're not getting all the color of this Savannah brown, but it's gorgeous. Look at what we did. Here's more here. Now you can start to see the beauty, right? We did the shed too. It has the high build Kong on it. In the Savannah brown and Canyon of Thieves, our Canyon of Thieves bluish gray color that's super hot this year. This is a killer combination. Thick build film everywhere, splinter lock technology, bead and drop technology, silverback epoxy in the cracks and where the two pieces of wood meet together. All that's sealed off, can't get water down in there, right? Just super tough, super high build, scratch resistant, scuff resistant, take on wind driven, all the same stuff the fence has. All the same technology the fence has, we got it on this. We got it on the shed now, so he's protected for life on this too, right? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's gorgeous. Then you look over here, you got another section of fence that we restored. I think that got all new lattice, if I'm not mistaken. So what can you do? Look at this, it's so cold. It's so cold, I'm snotting, right? But I'm a soldier. This is what I do. I restore fences, I restore decks. A little snot ain't gonna hurt you, it ain't gonna hurt me, right? Get to kongarmor.com. Sign up for a free quote. Doesn't matter if it's for this year, next year. Let's get the ball rolling. Let's get you signed up. And let's get your fence restored. Let's get your deck restored. Let's get whatever backyard structure you have restored and armor encapsulated in the toughest coating system known to man today. The most technologically advanced, the most protective. It's bad, bad stuff, dude. Let me tell you, I gotta get out of here, but this turned out amazing. This is beautiful. This is what I love about what I do. When I can take somebody like this and take them where they're like, God, I'm facing this huge expense. And we can come in and we can save them from that and deliver them twice the value they would have got if they would have restored. That's my reward, right? That's when I feel good about what I do. From Edgewood, Kentucky, I'm Anthony Ford. Again, get to kongarmor.com. You got to do it. See you guys.